now what our governments are doing, ours and the US, they are caring only about their own interests and not ours, like the civilians.
Using the war as a smoke sign, as a smoke screen.
They will not be able to control Iran's nuclear program. They will not be able to control Iran's government. They will not be able to do anything really that they are trying to say that they are trying to achieve. The best solution for us is elections.
On camera, many Israelis are openly accusing Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of waging war for political reasons. Israelis have turned their anger inward at their own government even as Iran's retaliatory strikes grow deadlier. As Iranian missiles struck southern Israel, criticism of Netanyahu intensified, with citizens questioning the strategy. Netanyahu's war on Iran appears to be backfiring after missile strikes left heavy damage in Arod and Dimona. Israel witnessed major anti-government protests in Jerusalem on March 21st, as demonstrators rallied against Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's leadership while the Iran war intensified. Some protesters were seen dressed up as Netanyahu and National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir, using political theater to mock the government during the demonstration. Placards at the protest included slogans such as "Refuse the War," "Warlord," and "Palestinian Lives Matter," reflecting anger over both the Iran war and the broader Israeli government's conduct.
We are people who resist this war. We think it's just keep the blood circle that's going on for a very long time in our region, and we believe that it doesn't help the Iranian people, which we really support, and we really wish them happy and peaceful life. But right now, what our governments are doing, ours and the US, they are caring only about their own interests and not ours, like the civilians. I don't believe the last 2 years has taught us, and the past 70 years has taught us that wars are not solving anything, they're just creating more problems. We believe that the way to solve this problem in the Middle East is first to stop the Israeli occupation in the West Bank and to start a real negotiation about establishment of a Palestinian state. We think that we can support and help the Iranian people in their struggle to change the regime in their country, but not by bombing them, but by assisting them in all kinds of ways and publishing around the world what's going on there and what are the things that the regime is doing.
Using the war as a smoke sign, as a smoke screen to prevent people from understanding his true means and targets. I think personally this war will only serve in order to further suppress the Palestinian people in the West Bank, in Jerusalem, in East Jerusalem, within Israel. We shouldn't pretend that this war is for the good of the Iranian people or of the Israeli people. It's only good for Netanyahu's government. I'm not a general or a politician, so I don't really have a solution for these kind of things. But I do remember that just a couple of days before the outbreak of the war, the facilitators of the negotiations, the Omani facilitator said that the conversations between Iranians and the US and Israel, well, actually just US, but they were going actually surprisingly well, and there's only a couple of small details left. So I think, because I'm against the war, that it would be good if they'd let that process play out and not just bomb.
The war is bad because it is not contributing really to our security. Only 7 months ago, Netanyahu said that they managed to control Iran's for generations to come. And these generations to come only lasted for 7 months. And right now, they don't really have actual goals for this war. Every goal that they are saying are not attainable. They will not be able to control Iran's nuclear program. They will not be able to control Iran's government. They will not be able to do anything really that they are trying to say that they are trying to achieve. The best solution for us is in our country in the past 3 years. Iran actually didn't attack us until we attacked them first. They did not actually attack us. So I don't think that they will attack us unless we attack them.
Meanwhile, Iran launched a massive missile attack on Israel on March 21st, with impacts reported in several cities in the south. Iranian missiles made several direct impacts in Dimona and Orod, both in southern Israel, after at least some projectiles penetrated Israeli air defenses. More than 150 people were injured in the Iranian strikes, including 11 seriously, according to figures cited by the Times of Israel. A missile directly struck a building, rescue services said, causing extensive damage in residential areas. Israeli reporting said the Iranian missile fire was apparently aimed at the nuclear research facility near Dimona. Iranian media framed the attack as retaliation after the latest strike on the Natanz nuclear site, though Israel denied involvement in that earlier attack. Israel later said it was investigating the failure to intercept missiles in Orod and Dimona after the strikes caused heavy damage and casualties. Meanwhile, the IRGC warned Israel that more intense strikes were still to come as the war moved into its fourth week. Honorable nation of Iran, congratulations on the blessed and auspicious holidays of Nowruz and Eid. Your soldiers in the army and the IRGC take pride in delivering the first fiery blow to the hostile enemy in the early hours of the new year. The brave men of the Islamic Republic of Iran Army at dawn today, by launching a large number of destructive drones, targeted the military infrastructure of the Zionist regime in the occupied territories, including fuel depots and the locations of refueling aircraft at Ben-Gvir airport. The courageous men of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, in the 71st wave of Operation True Promise 4, with the help of Almighty God and under the code O Lord of Time, inflicted multiple strikes upon the weary and exhausted body of the Zionist regime and the terrorist American army. In a continuous and combined operation, immediately following previous waves of attacks, Tel Aviv, at the heart of the occupied Palestinian territories, and areas such as Rishon LeZion were targeted with very heavy, precision-guided missile systems, as well as multi-warhead heavy Qadr missiles and destructive drones. Other targets in the IRGC Aerospace Forces target bank, including bases of the American terrorist army in Ali al-Salem, al-Kharj and elsewhere, were struck for the third time with attack drones and heavy missiles as part of a gradual war of attrition. The 72nd wave of Operation True Promise 4, under the blessed code O Messenger of God, successfully targeted locations in the north and center of the occupied territories, as well as the U.S. Fifth Fleet, using powerful, heavy, and precision-guided Qadr and Ahmad missile systems. Last night, in the skies over central Iran, a fighter jet belonging to the Zionist regime, described as an advanced model, was hit around 4 a.m. by modern air defense systems of the IRGC Aerospace Force, operating under the Integrated National Air Defense Network. Upgraded indigenous offensive and defensive systems, by God's grace, will achieve even greater accomplishments. After monitoring, assessment, and full identification of enemy vulnerabilities in the first 3 weeks of the war, intelligence and operational commanders of the armed forces have introduced new offensive tactics and more advanced systems for the next phase of objective-driven operations. The battlefield will become increasingly constrained and difficult for the enemy, by God's will.